Hello, everybody. Welcome to One Drink, a podcast. We talk about one topic for one drink. I'm Oliver.
I'm Matthew.
And today on our history show, we are featuring June 21st to June 27th.
Yes.
As well, of course, as our two Medal of Honor stories.
They just keep getting better and better.
Mm-hmm. Last week, we went over two more amazing stories, and, you know, they just keep coming.
It is so cool. And also, we do have some cool history, though.
Oh, yeah.
You will never, ever forget.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
It's kind of that.
Yeah. It's
that
big
easy.
stuff. It's little stuff. It's weird stuff. It's popular stuff. It's everything all rolled into one.
It is.
Yeah.
And I mean, how do you not watch a show like that?
Right.
Because it's unpredictable.
Right.
Like, you just don't know what the hell you're going to get. But you
right.
know you're going to get some good history.
That's right.
Stuff you never learned in school.
Yep.
Just like this.
Yeah.
June 21st, 1768.
Okay, we're going back. This is pre-USA.
Whoa. The first medical diploma.
Oh, okay.
Could you imagine getting that?
In the
bad
U.S.?
boy? In the U.S.
Okay.
Could you imagine getting that?
All right, being the first. Dude, everybody remembers the first.
So, I know. Always. You're always right about that.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. John Archer receiving the first medical diploma issued on the American continent. Even that sounds cool.
That's,
The
yeah.
American continent.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's big.
It's huge.
Mm-hmm.
In 1769, Archer commenced the practice of law in Harford County. He was a member of the Revolutionary Committee from 1774 to 1776, and later raised a military company during the American Revolutionary War.
Bet he knew Washington.
He's back.
He 100% knew Washington.
Of course.
There's no way he didn't.
So,
And he raised a military company. That means he was under the direction of General Washington.
Of course. He did big things. Isn't that crazy?
It's nuts.
And George Washington is yet back again
Yep.
on another show.
Yep. Just like last week.
It's awesome.
It's pretty much nearly on every show.
I feel we should get like a George Washington like doll or
Like a little bust.
something.
Just have his face like
like
right
a
here.
bobblehead.
Yeah.
Just whenever we do history shows,
George Washington bobblehead.
he's here.
Sold on OneDrinkRock.com
We
for
yeah.
$19.99. But call now!
Oh shit.
During the next 10 minutes, you can receive a second one for free. That's two George Washington bobbleheads for $19.99.
In the countdown.
Right. Yep. It's terrible. We still got to do that. Still got to do an infomercial.
We're doing it.
We are.
We're doing a lot of different things.
We are. All right, I'm going to take us to June 22nd, 1941. Starting at 3:15 a.m., some 3.2 million German soldiers plunged headlong into Russia across an 1,800-mile front in a major turning point of World War II. Wow. At 7 a.m. that morning, a proclamation from Hitler to the German people announced, "At this moment, a march is taking place that, for its extent, compares with the greatest the world has ever seen."
Wow.
And then he got his ass whooped in Russia.
I like it.
That's literally why he lost. If he didn't send all those people and all those resources over to Russia to try and take over Russia,
He's just greedy.
and Russia was like, "No, I'm not joining you, but you know, you do you, boo-boo."
Yeah. It's crazy too. It's whenever I think of history, I just think of like when we do our Medal of Honor stories.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's one man's actions that change a whole history. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy.
I mean, that was one of Hitler's biggest downfalls. Is that
Ego.
he spread his armies way too thin.
Yeah.
Because he was down in the African continent. He was in Europe, and then he was over, and then he sent almost 3.5 million troops into Russia, and most of them froze to death.
Right.
Trying to cross 1,800 miles of open, freezing cold. I mean, you start to march into Russia in June, and by the time you get even close to being halfway across, it's the middle of winter.
Oh, I hate the cold.
Yeah, but marching across a barren Russian
That's what I'm saying.
land in the freezing cold,
I would never want to freeze.
No way, man. If he'd had, well, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm glad he screwed up. You want to know why?
Exactly.
You want to know why?
Do it.
Because we won!
Yeah! That's what I was waiting for.
Sucker.
All right, so we're going to go to June 23rd, 1938. Marineland opens in Florida.
Yeah.
The
You ever been to Marineland?
I have been to Marineland.
I have not been to the one in Florida, but I did go to the one in Canada.
Yes, that's where I went.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was it Toronto? I think it was in Toronto.
I don't know.
Was it
I was
Ontario?
really young.
Yeah. I don't
Really
understand Canada and like their different.
I can't even get into Canada now, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
I can't either, so.
I remember when I went though. I was really, really young, but I just couldn't. I was just like, God damn! There's a big whale in a big tank.
Yep.
Like, you know how little kids they tell the truth.
Yep.
I'm like, Mom, why is there a big whale in a big tank? And then it would jump up and splash us, and I was like, why the hell did that fish just splash us? You know what I mean? But it was cool to see, and it's huge. I mean, is it still open?
No, I'm pretty sure they all got shut down.
Did they?
Because of like.
Just the animal thing.
Yeah.
So I didn't look that up, but I was wondering if it was still.
Yeah,
open.
I'm pretty sure they all closed down.
But 1938, that was a while ago. And I mean, they were around for a while, right? They went from
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was the inspiration for Free Willy.
Free Willy.
What a great movie.
I did watch that
What a
movie.
great movie.
Right at the end.
Man, I might have to. Yeah, he jumps over the thing, dude. Dang. I might have to go back and watch that movie. There's that one actress that's in there. She's got that annoying ass voice though. She's like the trainer.
Oh,
And she's got that like squeaky ass.
Wasn't that like a Michael Jackson movie?
No.
He did the soundtrack or something?
Oh, did he?
I think he
I
did.
can't remember, dude. I literally haven't seen that movie in 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch.
I mean, I did watch it though.
Watch. You're gonna get a screenshot tonight of me watching Free Willy. I might put it on TikTok.
No.
I might do a TikTok of
do
Free
it.
Willy. I might. But until then, I'll take us to June 25th, 1950. The Korean War began as North Korean troops led by Russian-built tanks crossed the 38th parallel and launched a full-scale invasion of South Korea. 5 days later, U.S. ground forces entered the conflict, which lasted until July 27th, 1953, when an armistice was signed at Panmunjom.
Like it.
Okay.
Like it.
Formally dividing the country at the 38th parallel into North Korea and South Korea.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was a big thing.
And we've been homies with the South Koreans ever since.
Yep.
AKA Samsung. Thank you very much, South Korea.
Same with my phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But, the North Koreans, though.
Yeah. Different story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're nuts.
They've always been dicks. Well, clearly they've been dicks for a long time.
Yes.
My grandfather was in the Korean War.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear the stories?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Weren't those great?
Oh, yeah.
God.
I met a Medal of Honor guy.
Have you?
Yeah, lived in the same town as my grandfather.
Oh.
Yeah.
When you were a kid, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I was little.
How cool is it now to remember that?
I know. I gotta figure out what his name was.
But just to hear it, though.
I'll do that.
Oh, that guy.
That guy.
Oh, of course.
Because I know the story. I mean, I could do the story without even the thing. Because the guy told me the story.
Wasn't it the greatest?
Yeah.
Now that you look back, though,
Yeah.
you're just like, holy shit. That's great.
Yep.
We're going to go to June 26th, 1925.
Ooh.
You ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
The Gold Rush.
Yeah.
A movie.
No.
Directed, starring, and written by Charlie Chaplin.
Charlie Chaplin, little mustache.
Little mustache. Was released. It was a silent movie at first.
Yep.
The whole thing silent. I mean, that was his shtick, right?
Yeah. Shtick. Look at you. Shtick. S-C-H. Spell it.
How do you... What?
Spell it right here.
I'll spell it wrong.
Spell it right here.
I'll spell it wrong.
Right. You won't even be able to Google it.
Welcome to One Drink Podcast.
Right.
But in 1942, he updated the movie with sound and narration.
Nice.
So, I would love to... every Charlie Chaplin thing I've seen...
Yeah, I have the same birthday as Charlie Chaplin.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah. No, I lied. I can't remember that
How
actor's name.
dare you lie?
I can't. I'm sorry. Yeah, like I've never lied on the show before.
Me either.
I've never lied on the show before.
No, but it's just crazy. Like, his whole thing was a silent movie. I think, props to directors in the movie, everything. I think you and I could direct a silent movie.
No, we couldn't.
You don't think
We
so?
can barely get through a 30-minute show.
I mean, you are correct, but I think a silent movie.
I don't think so. I
Just
promise you
tell
that
people
movie...
what to do.
Okay. So here's the thing. I think that we could.
Yeah.
Technically, I think that we could.
Of course.
I think that movie would be worse in 2021 than that movie was in 1925. Our movie would be 100 years newer and worse. I promise you I'd rather watch that movie. And we haven't even made the movie yet. I promise you I'd rather watch that movie.
I think I agree with you.
Yeah. I could do the little mustache, though.
Should we do a show with, like, we'll get some fake mustaches?
Little mustache.
Just mustaches.
Yeah. Well, then we'll look stupid because we'll have a fake mustache and a real beard. We'll have to shave. Well, no, because you'll look like you're 7.
We'll do wigs.
And I'll look like
Let's do wigs.
I'll tell you what. I'll shave and do the little mustache and be Charlie. And you can get the wig and be George.
Okay. Oh, George Washington.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to hit...
You gotta get the teeth, though, dude.
I'm gonna
you gotta
hit-
get fake wooden teeth.
I'm hitting Party City hard this week.
Done. Find one of those colonial wigs.
The next time people see us on the show...
They're gonna be like, well, these guys are just...
Who are these dudes?
These guys lost it.
But then
They tried for so long
some
to get you
people-
to hit the sub button.
Some people might be like, wow, look at Matt and Oliver. They look
Terrible.
kind of good.
Is that a little mustache? Is he wearing a wig? And then you just start lisping because you have fucking wooden teeth.
Right.
I wonder if George Washington had a lisp.
I've never heard a speech
George
from him. Have you?
Washington. No, because they didn't have anything to record it from
I
that.
know, but dude, there's
back.
got to be something.
There's no. I mean, there's not.
You're right.
There's no recording devices. Yeah, but there's got to be something. Maybe he was at the Denver airport and they've got, recordings of him for the lizard people.
Son of a bitch.
The Illuminati's got tapes of Washington.
One drink, I tell you. Stupid.
They do have a suit that Washington wore at one point. That's worth
legit?
like $3 million. No. It's legitimately a real thing. It's at a museum.
$3 million.
It's a real thing. Yeah, but it's a suit that he wore.
Yeah.
And it was pink.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It was originally pink. But that was
different.
a color that was difficult to produce. So it was
Back
a sign of like high status if you had that color available.
I like it.
Yeah. This is like right now, like with the color yellow on a car, it's more expensive than any other color.
Yeah.
Because of the pigments.
But it's just so funny, too, because, like, if George Washington
Did you
was...
see that catch?
That was good.
That was a good
These
catch.
coasters...
That was a good catch.
These coasters are not the best. But if he was to wear pink now, like, if George Washington was alive and he's wearing pink down the road...
It'd be fine.
He would be fine, but it's just a whole...
I mean, if you did it,
Different.
75 years ago, it'd be way different.
Crazy.
It'd be way different.
I love the history shows. And I just wish that, like, we could go back in time or just have them come to this modern time. You know what I mean?
Just to chat with us for a little bit.
That's it. And,
Well, no, because they'd come back and they'd think that, be like, oh, well, this is a
it'd
world
be...
full of giant babies.
It would be hilarious.
Be different times.
For us, it would be hilarious.
For us, it would be...
I mean, we would be
hilarious.
like, wow, this is great. But, you know...
Can you imagine?
I would love
George, don't worry, I'm going to set up your Twitter page.
it. Yeah.
You'd probably slap me.
He'd be like...
I'll probably get slapped.
He'd be like, you know what Twitter meant to us back then?
Right.
You know,
Birds.
some
chirping in the morning. Right. It's probably something like a toe fungus.
That's what I'm
You know
saying.
what I mean?
Like, back then, we're just like...
Man, my butt hurts. What's wrong with you? I got that Twitter.
He's like, what do you mean you want to put me up on some Twitter?
Right. You trying to give me a foot fungus?
Yeah. All right, so let's get into...
Yeah, let's get into these
Some
these
Medal
Medal
of
of
Honor.
Honor stories. So,
Let's do it.
I'm going to Staff Sergeant David G. Bellavia, U.S. Army, Iraq War.
Oh, we're talking recent.
This is the most recent one
Oh,
that we have yet to go over.
you are right.
Um,
I love it.
a lot of ours have been World War II, Vietnam,
Wait,
Korea.
Yeah.
But this is the first one that we've come across so far that
Correct.
was in modern times.
Yes.
So this was only 17 years ago.
I like it.
That this one happened. Staff Sergeant David G. Bellavia distinguished himself by acts of gallantry and intrepidity above and beyond the call of duty on November 10th, 2004, while serving as squad leader in support of Operation Phantom Fury in Fallujah, Iraq. So Fallujah was an epicenter of...
It was the worst.
Violence and chaos and craziness and...
It's funny, too, because...
terrible things that happened.
Yeah, my buddy Jerry... Same thing was over there.
In Fallujah?
Yep.
Oh, man. My hat's off to all the men and women that served over there.
Always.
So, while clearing a house, a squad from Staff Sergeant Bellavia's platoon became trapped within a room by intense enemy fire coming from a fortified position under the stairs leading to the second floor. Now, so this whole thing is taking place in a house.
Okay.
We're not in a jungle, we're in a house.
Yeah. Which is different from what we talk about.
Totally different from most of the stories that we've had so far. Not in the fact that it's any better or worse, but just totally different.
Atmosphere.
Like you're in close quarters, you're tight, It's
funny too because coming from 2004 to
Yeah.
I like it. It.
Okay, so recognizing the immediate severity of the situation and with disregard for his own safety, Staff Sergeant Bellavia retrieved an automatic weapon and entered the doorway of the house to engage the insurgents. With enemy rounds impacting around him, Staff Sergeant Bellavia fired at the enemy position at a cyclic rate, providing cover fire that allowed the squad to break contact and exit the house. So he came in, put down some cover fire. The boys were able to get out of there without getting hit.
I like it.
So a Bradley fighting vehicle, which is it's not a tank, but it's an armored vehicle.
Okay.
That's got guns on it and stuff. A Bradley fighting vehicle was brought forward to suppress the enemy. However, due to high walls surrounding the house, it could not fire directly at the enemy position. Staff Sergeant then re-entered the house and again came under intense enemy fire. So he went back in to the house.
Crazy.
He observed an enemy insurgent preparing to launch a rocket-propelled grenade at his platoon.
Damn.
Recognizing the grave danger the grenade posed to his fellow soldiers, Staff Sergeant Bellavia assaulted the enemy position, killing one insurgent and wounding another who ran to a different part of the house. Staff Sergeant Bellavia, realizing he had an uncleared, darkened room to his back, moved to clear it.
Wow.
So now you're in a house, you know that there's bad guys that are trying to shoot you.
Exactly.
And now there's a dark room that's unclear.
And he doesn't know.
No, he knew it. Now he's going back.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, so now he's going back into the room. So it's crazy. Staff Sergeant Bellavia, entering further into the darkened room, returned fire and eliminated both insurgents which were hiding inside.
Nice.
Staff Sergeant Bellavia then received enemy fire from another insurgent emerging from a closet in the same darkened room. Exchanging gunfire, the Staff Sergeant pursued the enemy up the stairs and eliminated him. Now on the second floor, Bellavia moved to a door that opened onto the roof. At this point, a fifth insurgent leapt from the third floor onto the second floor roof. Staff Sergeant Bellavia engaged the insurgent through a window, wounding him in the back and legs, and caused him to fall off the roof, which is what he gets. Acting on instinct to save the members of his platoon from an imminent threat, Staff Sergeant Bellavia ultimately cleared an entire enemy-filled house, destroyed 4 insurgents, and badly wounded a 5th. Wow. Staff Sergeant Bellavia's bravery, complete disregard for his own safety, and unselfish and courageous actions are in keeping with the finest traditions of the military service and reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Army.
Wow. That is a great story.
Yeah. These guys just prove to me that they are courageous and selfless and
amazing.
And I feel like there's not, like, I can't find the right words to like describe, and and it's not I mean, it's obviously we go over these stories
Yeah.
because they're, extraordinary, but it's all of the servicemen and women out there that deserve all this credit
It's just
as well,
each individual story hits
different. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And for that one, it's great too because it's modern. And with like all the modern technology, he was still, you know what I mean? Because like, you're doing all this stuff when there's this technology that, that can trace you and all this other.
But when you're stuck in a house with dark rooms, you got nothing but you.
Yeah.
When you're trying to get your, your people out.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Dude, that was a great.
So, cheers to you, Staff Sergeant.
Great story.
Yeah.
I love that one. And it was recent.
Yeah. 17 years ago.
That was our first recent.
Yeah. First recent one we've come across so far.
17 years doesn't seem. It seems like yesterday, though.
Yeah.
When.
Yeah.
All that stuff went down.
Yeah. I mean, I just graduated high school.
Yeah.
Or I was 1 year away from graduating high school.
Crazy, but great story.
Yep.
World War II, U.S. Army, Homer Wise. He's going down. While his platoon was pinned down by enemy small arms fire from both flanks, he left his position in comparative safety and assisted in he went to carry one of his men who had been seriously wounded and who laid exposed position to the point where he could receive medical attention. So he got his boy and took him back.
Got him out of there.
Which is good. And I noticed that a lot. I mean,
oh, yeah.
That's what you do.
They're always into
If
help.
you're in war, you do that.
Yep.
The advance of the platoon was resumed, but once again stopped by enemy frontal fire. A German officer and 2 enlisted men, armed with automatic weapons, threatened the right flank. Fiercely exposing himself, he moved to position, which he killed all 3 with a submachine gun. So he was like, not going out.
Nope.
Got you.
Yep.
Returning to his squad, he obtained an M1 rifle and several anti-tank grenades, then took up position which he delivered accurate fire on the enemy holding up the advance. As the battalion moved forward, it was again stopped by enemy frontal by flanking fire. He procured an automatic rifle and advanced ahead of his men, neutralizing an enemy machine gun with his fire. When the flanking fire became more intense, he ran to a nearby tank and exposing himself to a turret, which I believe is enemy fire, restored a jam machine gun to operating efficiency, use it so it could fire on its enemies. So he fixed a tank during all this.
That's crazy.
To fire. Oh my lord. Effectively, the fire from the adjacent ridge, thus permitting the battalion to occupy its objective. So, and then, of course, they were able to finish their
their mission.
task.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy.
Yeah. So to even fix a tank.
Right. Well, at least the jammed machine gun on top of a tank.
Yeah.
But to get that piece of equipment going, you know what I mean? And then use it to your advantage.
Yeah.
During all of this
chaos.
Stuff that's going on. It's...
So, yeah.
Amazing.
So, Homer Wise. Wow.
I mean, I can't say enough for my appreciation for
anyone in the
anyone
military.
in the service. Yeah.
We love it.
You know, provides us with the ability to do this show.
That's what we're here for, though. Yeah. We just want these people to be known.
Yeah.
It's simple.
Sure.
It's easy.
Because, I mean, everybody knows what the Medal of Honor is, but I don't think that enough people appreciate the magnitude of what it is.
Or the story behind it.
Right.
Like,
what these people actually had to go through. And none of these people it's not like any of them were trying, they woke up every morning like, Dad, today I'm going to get the Medal of Honor today.
You're talking about, like, nowadays people want likes and shares.
Right.
No.
That's literally the exact opposite of what all these people are.
These people were true heroes.
Yes, 100%. In
Do you agree?
every definition of the word, 100%.
I mean, I
bet you that every single one of them will disagree with us. that they're not heroes.
Yeah.
But you are.
They are.
Yeah.
It's very simple. You just, I mean,
yeah.
That's why we started this shit.
Yep. 100%.
Not only do, of course, we love everyone in the military, but these stories, dude, they
have to be told.
They're movie, it's like when we tell them, if we tell them correctly sometimes, you can see it in your eyes. It's like a movie in your head.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. But and you just,
we love it. I mean, it's great.
Yeah. For sure. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for us today. Don't forget, you can check us out both on Facebook and YouTube. Don't forget to hit that sub button, click on the bell notification to be the first ones notified when our new episodes hit. And if you could, por favor, please share it with a friend.
That's it.
That's all we ask. That's all we ask.
One friend.
Yep.
Could you imagine when they share it with that one friend?
Mm-hmm. If that one friend shared it with a one friend, we'd have 6 billion followers, subscribers.
That's our goal.
And all of it. That's
6
right.
billion?
6 billion.
That's our goal.
All right. Maybe 1 billion. Let's go with 1 billion.
How about
some people don't have internet.
How about 1,000?
How about 1,000? I'm good with 1,000. Let's start with 1,000. So somebody better be sharing right now.
I love it. But we love you all.
We do.
Well, so.
We do. From both of us here, one drink.
Coaster.
I finally didn't catch it. I caught it like 3 times. Cheers.
See ya.